Hey everyone, I'm Michael Ruttle, immigration attorney and founder of Ruttle Law PC based in Torrance, California, where we practice immigration law in all 50 states. I know it's been a while since you've heard from us. The coronavirus pandemic, I'm sure, has affected your life. It's affected ours as well, but we're doing our best to go on as much as possible. So because you haven't heard from us in a while, and I know there's been so much going on, I'm coming to you today with a new segment we are calling the Friday Latest. It's Friday. Let's talk about what the latest is in immigration law. So first off, let me give you some updates. So our office, we are still open for business. I know under the stay-at-home orders in many states, many businesses are closed, with essential personnel being the only ones that are allowed to go out, but our business is still open. We're still open virtually, which means we can't meet clients in person, but we can still meet you over the phone, Skype, WhatsApp, Zoom, whatever. In general, everything is moving, albeit more slowly, right? Things are taking a little longer to hear back from the government. It's taking us longer to respond to clients to find out the information that we need from them. It's taking clients longer to get the documents they need because they might not be available. But in general, everything is open, but slower. Now, in terms of government announcements, since the last time you heard from us, there have been so many announcements from the government in terms of what's changing, what's not. Here's the latest as of the date of this video. So first off, the government has continued and extended its closure of in-office appointments until at least May 3rd, right? So no in-person biometrics to get your fingerprints taken, no in-person interviews for citizenship or green cards, no InfoPass appointments to get green card extensions within your passport or emergency travel permits, things like that. Travel restrictions are also in place. If you are a non-immigrant outside of the U.S., you can't come in to the United States under current travel bans from most countries. There are exceptions, though they're very hard to come by. USCIS and the Department of State are still accepting new applications, but again, if you submit a case that requires an interview, your case will only get so far as the interview stage, and then you're kind of stuck until the government opens its office again. Okay, and because this is happening, premium processing has been suspended, meaning if you want to file for, say, an E2 visa or an L1 visa or some other type of temporary visa that is eligible for premium processing, you can no longer request premium processing on new cases until further notice. If you filed for premium processing before this recent pandemic, your case should still process normally. Because the government understands that a lot of people are subject to stay-at-home orders in many states around the country, it's difficult to get together to sign documents. So the government has relaxed some of its requirements when it comes to signatures on documents. So digital signatures are accepted to an extent. It needs to be a copy somehow of your signature. Check with your attorney to find out the specific details on that. And the government is also being flexible with certain deadlines, right? Whether it's leaving the country to not risk overstay or to comply with an appeal deadline or something like that. Now, it's not in all cases where deadlines are relaxed, but in many they are. So check with an immigration attorney to find out if there are deadlines in your case that have been relaxed so you don't jeopardize your immigration status. Now, with these government announcements, we've seen new trends happening, right? So this new coronavirus pandemic has changed the way the government is looking at cases, right? So one thing we've heard is that we're getting requests for evidence based on COVID-19 cancellations. So for example, if you are an athlete or an entertainer and you had a series of dates lined up to perform or compete, and those dates were canceled due to coronavirus, then we've been getting requests for evidence where the government is saying, based on a public records search, we have found that your events have been canceled. So please explain how you can continue to maintain this status, right? So watch out for that if you have had events that have been canceled. You might be hearing from the government pretty soon. Some good news, though, is that the government is reusing biometrics. So there have been a lot of people that need to get their fingerprints taken or their biometrics taken. And the government has sent out notices saying that if you had your biometrics taken recently, we're going to reuse that so you don't have to come in, you don't have to reschedule, and we don't have to worry about you coming back once our office is open again. Okay. Now, it's H-1B season, right? So there's been a new system in place for H-1Bs this year with online registration. Because it was a new system, there were a lot of hurdles, and the government has denied certain cases that shouldn't have been denied in the first place. So we're finding out on that. If you're an employer who had an H-1B denied, you should contact an immigration attorney. Again, there's some flexibility with deadlines, not all deadlines, but some deadlines in certain cases are being relaxed. And approvals are still happening. Our case has seen non-immigrant visas, green cards, and citizenship all get approved last month, despite these travel restrictions and recent slowdowns. So don't give up hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel. We will get through this. So people are asking, well, what can I do? Well, first off, don't delay. Okay. So right now, a lot of things are shut down, but not everything. If your case can still move forward, don't just relax and think, oh, well, the government's closed, I don't need to do anything. No, you need to act and make sure that you are ready when governments do start operating at full capacity. So do what you can now. And you want to prepare for a surge, because once the government reopens its offices, there's going to be a lot of people who have backlogged biometrics, interview dates, oath ceremonies, things like that. So you want to make sure you're ready to go and as close to the front of the line as possible when that surge happens again. If you have a case pending, talk to your immigration lawyer today to see what you can do to keep it moving along smoothly. And of course, wash your hands. I'm not a doctor, but they say that washing your hands is very good. Listen to the CDC on that to help reduce the spread so we can all get back to our lives as much as possible. Hopefully you found this information helpful. If you did, hit that like button, click that bell, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, and follow us on Facebook to stay up to date on the ways U.S. immigration laws affect everyone. Until next time, I'm Michael Ruttle. It's Friday. That's the latest. Keep climbing that mountain.